Alright, it is the next day. This is totally hard, but something crazy happened. It split down the middle and made a cavern, a hole going all the way through, creating like a mirror effect on the inside. You can see the bear twice. Isn't that weird? On both sides. These are the bubbles we saw at the end of the day yesterday. Those will just clear right up with another pour. Now I thought it wasn't going to be fixable, but now I'm thinking if epoxy will go in that crack, will it get rid of the mirror reflection and fill it with the liquid? Another interesting thing happened is it went into the cracks and then bubbled up through these cracks all the way out to the very end here. Up, 3/4 of an inch above the surface area. See this one too? And pushed through my putty. This one didn't do that, and this big one did not do that. It must be out there. That said, it did leak on the bottom as well. Right there. Look at that. So one of those cracks came out here and it pushed through. Not much, but it did. So now I want to take off this tape and see if that crack goes all the way through or just to my bottom layer that we did. That'll be interesting. Let's find out. The bottom layer with the river down there is not cracked all the way through the bottom. I turned it over and cleaned out the bottom and looked at that. There's no crack through the bottom layer, a 3/4 of an inch flood coat I did down there to create that bottom to pour all this on top of. So that's good news. I think we can just pour another layer, bring it up to the top here, and hope for the best. So that's going to be our goal. And if that doesn't happen, it's shot. I don't know what you do. You drill it all out, throw it all away, and or I can just flood a cool blue into there and hide all that forever buried inside. Alright, in this fixing process, overcoming this challenge, we're supposed to use 240 sandpaper, etch this up before the next layer anyways. This is so it can connect and grab well. Okay, to fix this, we're going to try to fill up part A, part B equal. That seems like it'll be enough to definitely bring this up 1/4 of an inch, which is the deepest can go with this flood coat. But much of it hopefully will fall down into the crack and all these other cracks and solve this strange reaction we've had here and hopefully up in here and clear it all out. I've also dug out some of the bubbles that had come up, and I forgot to come in and use the torch and pop them. So those are dug out and it should just fill up and clear and be clear. Alright, just finished mixing up this small batch to fill in the cracks. Same problem with small batches as the micro bubbles that don't rise up very easily to the top. Well, hopefully they will. Problem is the ones down the crack have a long ways to come up. So we might see a wall of micro bubbles. Alright, can't get them to come up. I can hardly see them, but I can see it, the haze in there. Alright, here we go. Alright, filled this up. It filled up the crack. It is hiding it, but there is, from directly above, I can see the crack line. From an angle, I can see right through it nicely. More hazy on that bear there. Most of the air bubbles came up. A little haziness there where I cleaned those bubbles up, but those bubbles go down below what I cleaned up. And it's bubbling out of some of these pockets, which is good. Well, we'll see if this is going to hide it. Save it. So far so good. Not perfect. Lessons learned. But we don't know why it cracked in the first place. Alright, there it is. Flood coat went in. Looks like it fixed it. Most of the problems. Got most of the bubbles out. So we're going to keep going with it and let it be what it is. One more fill. One more little coat, 1/4 of an inch. and then we're ready to cover the whole top. Got to put the legs on the bottom. That's what I've been working on right there, all the legs. And then I found out this one's got some rot in the bottom, so when we try to make the mortise, I'm not sure how that's going to come out. So all that work maybe for nothing. We'll try it. If it doesn't work, we'll have to make a new one. Well, got to peel a bunch of logs to make this log legs on the table we're making. So just really quick, got this huge cleaver, Husky vice grips, and you can make, if you don't have it, you can make your own knife. Now you can buy them online, $100 or less or more, you know, 120 bucks. It has a nice curved blade, a handle for taking off the bark on logs of all kinds. This one's got a lot of brown underneath it. But this works, so I haven't bought one yet, but I think if I sell this table I'm going to get one, because I have so many logs like this under my garage for future furniture that I'll be back here doing this over and over again. Alright, so that's it for this clip. Just know that that's what you're going to have to do if you want to make log furniture. Fun times. I need a better way to hold it. I'm always fighting that. For big logs, I've got like a sawhorse type of setup that I used in the older videos, if you go way back to the log bed. But it's way too big for these short pieces, for the legs and then little cross pieces. So, alright, I'll show you what this looks like when it's done. I will take a grinder and grind off some of these nubs that stick out everywhere on these, because these are full of tree limbs and little cherry nubs. I'll grind those off and then just sand it, quick sanding, and it's good for polyurethane. Alright, check out it when it's done. Alright, so there they are, de-peeled. Got 3 of them. Those are the actual legs. These are cross pieces that go between 3/4 of the way down the leg. Then we pull out this guy and knock off a little more. Make short work of it. So then I sand it. So I wouldn't suggest buying one of these because the battery just goes too fast. Just get one that plugs in. But I was able to get these 3 and just barely finished this one. That's what they look like. They're all done. A lot of that brown cleaned off. Now a little bit of sanding will finish it, smooth it out so it'll look pretty. 4 more to go, but dead. Alright, we know it'll cut into a nice flat square circle, which is fine. My question is, will it go into this one? Can you see that angle? Yeah. Will it self-center as it takes this off? Let's find out. Wow, that was just shattering over here. Let's take a look at what we've done here. There's why I lost my wood. Now it wants to fall out. Kept the angle. I can cut that straight. Look at that, just ripping it. That's hard wood, that's why, and dry wood. But that'll be up underneath on the inside. We can hide it. Alright, there's one. Let's see which is the best here. That's the fatter end, this is the skinnier end. Let's put the bigger on the bottom. Sadly, again, this is at an angle. Gosh, but I still want it to be at the bottom, skinnier at the top. I'll just have to cut it. I need to get less bite. Wow, not happy about that. Look at this. Going nicely until it got going and grabbing. Look at that sucker. Wow, if we can find it, we can glue it in there. There it is. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's dry wood. We're going to be able to get in there with some glue and a hammer. Wow. Look how it rides the outside edge. Did not go dead center, and that's why. It's ripping so deep over here, not getting in the center there. Got to be more careful as we start. Well, let's try the little one and see how it works. Oh, it's deep enough to plug into the others. I like it. That was great. Definitely like the smaller one better. There's a nice clean hole. Tenon, nice clean tenon. And I can go slower and it bites it. I think one of the issues is get going too fast on the other one and then it grabs and rips. So try to do that other one slower, feathering the trigger.